This is how we reduced the eddy currents in rectangular copper loop. But there is one more important point we will just see in few minutes. So we have reduced the area, and since the eddy currents depend on the area, since area, let us say area is reduced by 30 or 40%, so 30-40% eddy currents are still reduced. So this fact is helpful in reducing eddy currents because eddy currents are not desired in metallic core of transformers. So this is very important question. Many times it has come in the examination that why the metallic core of transformer is laminated. Why the metallic core of the transformer is laminated, or even similar effect is found in metallic core of transformer, electric motors and other such devices in which a coil is wound over metallic core. So there is a core over this metallic core, so there this effect is already there. Eddy currents are undesirable. First of all, these are undesirable. We don't need them since they heat up the core. Because why they are bad? We have understood Joule heating, and Joule heating is I square R. Okay, so Joule heating is I square R. If there are eddy currents, the power is wasted in heating. So that's why eddy currents are not needed, and dissipate electrical energy in form of heat. So do we need electrical for energy to be gone into heat? No. Eddy currents are minimized by using laminations of a metal to make a metal core. Okay, so this is the answer. Why? So please write it down because this example has come several times. Why the core of a transformer is laminated? So this was the question, why the core of a transformer is laminated. Answer is to reduce the eddy currents. To reduce the eddy currents. The laminations are separated by insulating material. So what we do, the laminations separated by an insulating material like lacquer. So this is a kind of material, just remember the name. So we insert this material. The plane of lamination must be arranged parallel to the magnetic field. So this is the direction of the magnetic field, and we must arrange the plane of this lamination in the same direction. So plane of the lamination must be in the same direction. Okay, so plane must be in same direction, not the normal to the plane must be in same direction. So please make a difference, plane must be arranged parallel to the magnetic field so that they cut across the eddy current paths. So they will cut the eddy current paths. This arrangement reduces the strength of eddy currents. So similar effect what we have seen here, we cut pieces, we have cut the pieces of metal, but what we can do, we can put here some material which is non-conducting, laminating material. So that will also reduce the eddy currents by blocking its path. Since the dips, now this is much more important, this I was talking about. So first thing, eddy currents themselves are reduced. Let us say previously area was A and eddy currents was, let us say 1 ampere. Okay, 1 ampere. Now area itself is reduced, and let us assume that area itself is reduced by factor of 40%. So now current itself, eddy currents itself is reduced 0.6 ampere. Now let us see another change. What are another changes? But this 0.6 ampere is not in a single part. This is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts. Let us consider only 3 parts. Let us consider there are only 3 parts to make it easy. To make it easy. So 0.2 ampere in this, 0.2 ampere in this, and 0.2 ampere in this. So what was the previous Joule heating? Previous Joule heating was I square R. Okay. So what we get? Let us say R is equal to 1 ohm. 1 ohm. So what was previous Joule heating? Simply I square is 1 square into 1, that was 1 watt. Power dissipated 1 watt. Now let us see 0.2 square. 0.2 square, and how many 0.2? 3 times. into 3 into R is equal to 1. Now what is the square of 0.2? 0.04 into 3 into 1. So if you calculate this, what you get? You get 0.12 watt. So what is the effect that is taking place here? Suppose if we break one big current into smaller currents, even if the area remains same, even if this remains same, even if this was 1 ampere, the area was almost same, even if we break this big current into smaller parts. So if here 5 is 5 parts of 0.2 ampere, so even if you multiply it with 5 smaller parts, so what we get? We get is still 0.20, because the power dissipated depends on square of current. So single big current produces a lot of heat, two small currents does not produce that much heat. A simple example is a current of 2 ampere is going in this wire. 2 ampere. Wire has a resistance of 1 ohm. So what is joule heating? Joule heating is equal to I square 4 into 1, 4 watt. Now if we reduce this into two parts, that means 3 ampere and 3 ampere. Now let us forget about the resistance. So what we have? Forget about the resistance. So what we have here? 1 ampere and 1 ampere. So 1 square is 1 and this is 1 ohm. So what we get? 1 watt. Even in second wire, so what we get? 1 watt in second wire. So total dissipation is still 2 watt. 2 watt. Because this wire has also resistance 1 ohm. This is 1 ohm. So both wires, if we reduce the current by half in two parts, so joule heating is reduced. So that is the phenomena that is taking place here. So this question comes many times, that why the core of a transformer is laminated. Answer is to reduce the eddy currents. So eddy currents are minimized by using laminations of metal to make a metal core. Now this arrangement reduces the strength of eddy currents, since dissipation of electrical energy into heat depends on the square. So this is the square of strength of electric current. So we reduce this strength of electric current. Heat loss is substantially reduced. So what we have seen, even with area remaining same, heat is just putting 5 parts here, just making these 5 parts, heat produced is reduced by a factor of 5. So now, so these are how to reduce eddy currents, but there are some advantages of eddy currents. Let us read what are the advantages and how can we use them. So eddy currents are used to advantage in certain applications. First, magnetic braking in trains. Strong electromagnet situated above the rails in some electrically powered trains. So this is work for electrically powered trains. When the electromagnets are active, the eddy currents induced in the rail opposes the motion of train. So definitely, as we see in this case of copper, this eddy current reduces the or opposes the motion. As there are no mechanical linkages, the braking effect is very smooth. So this braking is much smoother. Second, electromagnetic damping. Certain galvanometers have a fixed core made of non-magnetic metallic material. So we have already learned about this galvanometer. So the core made of non-magnetic metallic material. When the coil oscillates, the eddy currents generated in the core opposes the motion. These eddy currents will oppose the motion. Otherwise what will happen? It will keep on fluctuating for very long time. So these eddy currents opposes the motion and bring coil to a rest quickly. A fixed point will become quickly, or if we reduce the current, so after reducing the current it will keep on moving for a very long time. So just because of eddy current, it quickly comes to its initial position. That's where damping is needed to quickly bring this galvanometer to rest. Now induction furnace. Induction furnace can be used to produce high temperature. So furnace is generally used to produce very high temperature and can be utilized to prepare alloys by melting the constituent metals. A high frequency alternating current is passed through a coil which surrounds the metal to be melted. The eddy current generated in the metal produces high temperature. So what we are doing, we are producing eddy currents in the metal that needs to be melted. So we are using eddy currents to melt the metal because heat is associated with currents. Electric power meters. So this is not very relevant now because now we all have digital meters. In the old times we have a meter, there is a dial. That dial keep on moving. That dial keep on moving when we consume the electricity. In this old meter, so shiny metal disc in the electric power meter, this analog type, old type, not digital meter, rotates due to eddy current. So how it was rotating? It was rotating due to eddy currents. Electric currents are induced in disc by magnetic fields produced by sinusoidally varying currents in a coil. That we will see how this sinusoidal current varies. You can observe the rotating shiny disc in the power meter of your house. That is not possible now because this was old thing. Now this is a very important example to understand the eddy current. So just understand this example. So you have to read it completely. So let me tell what is there. So we have a pipe. We have a pipe and we have another pipe, and this pipe is made of plastic, PVC. This pipe is made of copper or aluminum, any metal. You know that in plastic pipes there cannot be currents, and in metallic pipes there can be currents. So suppose we have a magnet, we have this small magnet, okay. Now both the pipes have same diameter, have same length. So now the experiment is that if we put this magnet here and drop it, so let us say it takes time t, it takes time t in dropping it down, and we note that time, let us say it is 1 second. In second case, in PVC pipe, if we put it here and drop it, the diameter of PVC pipe is much bigger than this magnet, so it can freely move into this. Again it will come t, that is 1 second. In third case, when we put this magnet in metallic pipe and drop it, it will take very long time, generally more than 4 or 5 times more, generally 5 seconds. It does not matter it is 5 seconds or 10 seconds, but it will take significantly higher time. Why? Because eddy currents will produce that will oppose the motion of this magnet. On YouTube you can find so many videos on this. This is quite interesting, so watch the videos.